Are you an entrepreneur who's feeling more than a little burnt out because there's so much to do in your business and there's never enough time to do it in? And you already know, like people have been telling you, that you need help and you need it fast, but you're not really ready to take on a bunch of full-time employees just yet. If this describes you, you're in the right place. If you want to know how to reduce your stress, manage remote teams successfully, stay tuned. Hello everyone, and welcome to the best place for entrepreneurs and corporate professionals who want tips to lead your team towards business success. If you're new to me, I'm Jabaria Scott, a leadership coach and management consultant. And when you reach a point in your business growth when you realize that you need a little bit more help to get things done, you may be hesitant to take on full-time employees. This can be for many different reasons. The point is that while you are probably skilled at doing most of the things in your business on your own, you've probably realized very quickly there's just not enough time for you to do it all yourself. This was definitely the case for me when I reached the point where I wanted to grow my business. I realized that for me, solopreneurship was great when it served a purpose, but continuing to be a one-woman show indefinitely was not what I signed up for, and it was leading to burnout for me. That's why I found that hiring freelancers was the perfect solution for my business. I know that when it comes to this topic, when to phase in help and hire on your business growth, it's different for everyone, and it can be challenging to let go of some of those tasks when you're used to doing things a certain way. And when you add the fact that knowing how to work with freelancers can be daunting, can be a daunting task if you've never done it before. It may turn into something that you put off longer than you really need to. That's why today I'm sharing my tips for how to work with freelancers with specifics for helping entrepreneurs manage remote teams successfully. Tip number one for how to work with freelancers to get the best product or service is to be specific about who and what you want. The reality is that it can be difficult to hire someone to do a job for you if you can't communicate what you want. Many entrepreneurs, myself included in the past, we can perform all the tasks in our business just the way we like it. But when it comes to communicating what needs to be done to someone else, there's awkward silence. And we don't know what to say because we've never written it down. Writing a detailed description of the services you're seeking will help you and your prospect know exactly what's required for the project. Start by making notes of the specific tasks that are associated with the project. Let them know what they'll need to know. What skills and experience will they need to have in order to qualify for the job? How much time or how long do you anticipate the project will last? Those are the kinds of detailed specifics that you want to include in your job ad. For example, when I hire a freelancer to help me with some of the copy work to advertise my digital courses, I wanted someone with a specific number of years of copywriting experience. I wanted them to have experience with my style of writing, my brand voice, and in some cases I wanted 200 words or less, and in other cases I wanted 100 words or less. I'm sure you get my point. The more specific you can be, the better. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just jot it down. Write down what you'd want to see if you were hiring yourself to do the job. Tip number two for how to work with freelancers to get the best product or service is to ask questions before you settle on an agreement. In working with freelancers over the years, my experience has been that asking specific detailed questions will increase your chances of hiring the right person for your job. So you may be asking, what does this look like in real life? How do I accomplish this? Every platform marketplace where you find freelancers requires each person with services for hire to create a bio or portfolio. Begin by reading their bio to get to know about their experience level and qualifications in relation to the project or scope of work that you want to hire for. Look at how long they've been on the platform and ask for any examples of their work if it's not readily available. For example, I've hired many people over the years to help me with video editing, and I finally found someone who I work with now who I love because she gets me. She gets my brand, she's kind and efficient, and those are all really important qualities for me when I contract work with someone. But I had to crack a lot of eggs to get that particular omelet. Meaning that as I worked with different video editors, I learned more about myself, what I wanted on this particular project. And managing remote teams, when you work with multiple freelancers who own their own businesses, it can be challenging if you don't communicate consistently. Asking lots of questions to gain clarity will help you to do that. And this brings me to my next point. Tip number 3 for how to work with freelancers to get the best product or service is to read the fine print. It's important to understand the terms and conditions or the guidelines of both the platform you're using and those set forth by the freelancer or contract worker before you hire a person. Be sure to stick to the rules. For example, a lot of the platforms within the gig economy have rules to protect you. Things like stipulating that you should only communicate via their platform and not using email outside of the platform instead, only making payments authorized through their payment platform so that if you file a dispute, you have somewhere to go. Makes sense, right? And the freelancer who you choose to work with may also have a few guidelines. For example, if you're hiring for a writing project, they may only allow 2 revisions of the sample product, and there may be an additional charge for more than that. And if you only get 2 revisions max, this means that no matter how busy you are, you'll need to make time to review the draft so that you can make all of your revision requests in one shot. Failing to do this while making multiple unauthorized revision requests will ruin your relationship with your freelancer or may cost you extra. And you don't want to do that because just like your rating and evaluation on how good of a person they are to work with, they're doing the same for you. No one likes to revisit a project that they've already made multiple revisions on unless they've made mistakes or if it's been agreed upon in advance and included in the price. And just like you have other projects to get to, they do too. Give this video a thumbs up if you agree that we've all got things to do on both sides. And if you're a freelancer watching this, tell me if you agree with the bullseye in the comments, or better yet, share this video with your clients. Tip number 4 for how to work with freelancers to get the best product or service is to respect deadlines. As I mentioned before, I learned from experience that this goes both ways. Whether you're an entrepreneur seeking help with a project or you're part of the gig economy looking for a contract, it's important to meet those deadlines. We all have lots going on, so get a job done, ask for follow-up clarifying information, check in frequently, and ask for status updates, all in order to meet the deadline. And trust me, we all understand that life happens. We know that life is lifing big time. So if you can't meet the deadline, communicate and just say so. There were times when I was traveling or sick and couldn't review a draft of what was delivered, so I communicated and asked for more time to do so. And the reverse also happened to me. A freelancer communicated that they could not meet the deadline, and I updated the project timeline to allow more time. Most people, and I say this knowing that there are exceptions to every rule, but most people will be understanding as long as you're upfront and you communicate with them. Don't ghost them, because that makes for a bad working relationship. And as I said before, these gig economy platforms, everyone is being evaluated on both sides. Tip number 5 for how to work with freelancers to get the best product or service is to use source documents and resources whenever possible. Source documents are documents that describe what you're looking for in detail. It gives a clear understanding of your business goals, your brand voice, your particular style, writing style, your customer avatar, and your market or your industry. Providing this kind of information about what you do and what your values are will help whoever you hire to provide you with a quality product or service that resonates with you and meets your business needs. Here are a few examples of what this looks like. You could provide them with a media kit or a style guide for your brand colors and visuals. Or you might direct them to your website to learn more about you. The list is really endless. One of the things that I've done is allowed particular freelancers to review my email nurture sequence to get a feel for my brand voice when I need help with some copy. I also provided every single freelancer with a script and a video brief to help them with editing my videos. And if you want to see a free copy of the scripting outline that I use, that I provide my editors with, I'll leave the link in the description box for you. It's called A Storytelling Guide for Creators. I hope this video helped you learn a little bit more about me and what I do. I help you with the details. I help you with the strategy and how to figure things out about managing your team and using strategic systems. My job is to remove the guesswork for you so that you don't have to think about it and you can get the job done. The takeaway here is no matter how or when you hire, it's important to have a strategy so that you can shorten the curve and shrink the time frame between when you initially start your search and when you can hire and onboard your freelancer to get the job done. Now, if you're watching this video and you want to learn more about where and how to hire the best freelancers, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell, because in my next episode, I'm going to talk about how to manage freelancers or remote employees for successful business growth. And if you're watching this on the replay, you can find it in my playlist. As always, have a great day, be kind to yourself, and thanks so much for watching. Bye.